Alright, editor, this is going to be one of those videos. So if you want to give us that sick Yu-Gi-Oh beats for this video, I will highly appreciate if you pick that one music, because I'm sure people will enjoy it as much as I do. So feel free to pick that one. No, not that one. I mean, that's a good track, but we need that one, the other one. That one's a good one, but we don't know. The other one. The one we use like every video. Thank you. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to another Grand Chase video. And today we're going to be going back to a small little series that we've been doing here recently that you guys have been really enjoying, which is me answering your guys' question. I know it hasn't been that long since I did the last video, but we're still getting some interesting questions in the channel that I think is important for me to answer, because if I don't answer, then somebody's going to ask me again. And in case you don't know how this works, essentially people make questions in this video specifically, and then in the next video I make sure to answer them accordingly. So with that being said, if you like this sort of video and like to see more Grand Chase in the future, whether it's just me answering questions or say another Awakening showcase that's going to be coming soon, you're more than welcome to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we do Grand Chase content here on a weekly basis. I did have something as well to say here, but I kind of forgot. As my mom usually say, if you don't remember what you were supposed to say, it's probably for the best. That being said, let's just jump right in. So the first question we have here is from Dafipa. They ask, what's the best way to spend chase points? So it's a little bit difficult for me to answer this question because I suppose it depends on a few factors, such as MP character and AP characters. But one thing I personally can recommend you is to not start with experience. I feel like it's not like the most necessary thing to get first, at least in comparison to some of the other stuff we have here, which if you want to get stronger, I think it compensates more than getting more experience. Just when you keep in mind that when you level up your chase level, you don't get stat boosts, so it doesn't feel that worth other than getting more chaser points. So to me, the best things you can put in your chaser system, in my order, is reduce skill consumption, all skill damage, attack and attack damage, damage to bosses, attack, and then cooldown. If you're playing with an AP character, what I would suggest is going for MP consumption first and then cooldown, and then you do the other 4 things in the list, because AP characters can't charge MP like other users can, so prioritizing cooldown is very important for these characters. And once you have like these 6 important skills, you can really do whatever, really. If you want to go for like MP upon start, or team resistance, or defense and more HP, you're more welcome to do so, because I think at that point you got like the more important stuff in the way. Experience, I would say only if you have like another page for your chase system, but that is a little bit of a difficult thing to ask, because another page for a chaser system is like a lot of VP. It's like, yeah, it's a lot. It's like 25,000 VP. It's very expensive. It is worth it at the end of the day, but it's like really expensive, so use it with your own caution. The next one's an interesting question by Meeber Tabe. They ask, can I get 500k total attack without void item? I'm pretty sure Borkas made a video about that where he reached like 700k to 1 million without any void equipment. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. Maybe it was with void equipment, I just really can't remember. And to answer the question, yes, you can get to 500k without needing like any void equipment. You could just rely on Berkas for it. I know it's not a good example to use for my Sig card here, because I do have the void weapon with him, but like other than that, like everything else that he has, it's like Berkas set. And honestly, I think if I put everything that is in this weapon into one of these weapons right here, probably the 4th one because it's like strongest, maybe he could be just barely at 500k. But honestly, to get to this point is kind of a challenge in itself. Like the properties for your Berkas set needs to be like either 3 to 4 or a perfect 4, which is very difficult. I mean, for my Sig card, not everything is a perfect 4 to 4, let alone a 3 for 4, but the majority of it has like double crit, which is something that really can help you out, as well as MP recovery, which does increase a lot of it, but we don't really want that. Then you need like the perfect runes as well, as well as maybe even getting a Cordy set. As you can see right here from where my Sig, I have a free season 6 they gave on their anniversary, which season 6 as far as I know is very good. You also need to spend on card collection, which can in itself be a very tough task if you just can't grind for the cards, and have every other character at level 85 because of the level 85 effects, as well as maybe the awakening effects if you are at that point as well, which also gives good boosts as well for characters. Is double crit for both of these, and hell, you probably even need a high chases system to be able to put the things I just talked before, and you probably even need like a good title as well, like something from Another World or Harrier if you're crazy enough for that. So overall, it is possible to get to 500k with just Berkas, but it is kind of a task. I mean, like I said, Borkas was able to get 1 million battle power with just Berkas set equipment. I get that he had like good runes, and I'm not even sure if it was just with Berkas equipment. It could be wrong on that, but yeah, it is very much possible to get there. Next question is from what is this username, dude? Y15. I love you guys for these nicknames. They ask me, is attack better than special attack for skills? Example, is 1500 attack stats better than 2200 special attack and skill damage? So if you're looking for stats to focus on skills, then you need to focus on special attack. The higher your special attack is, the stronger the skill is. I'm pretty sure attack only increase your Z combo and everything like that. You know, everything that is not a skill. But if on my personal input, I think if you're debating between attack and special attack and you can put both of them, you probably can go for that. But if you want to focus on skill damage, then go for special attack. As far as I know anyway, it's been a while since I ever analyzed that sort of details, but as far as I remember, special attacking better up skills and attack just better up your combo damage. Jingweng Wong 2138 asks, hi, can I have your Discord? I want to ask some guidance on Grand Chase. No. If you really need guidance, whether by me or somebody else, you can always go to Grand Chase official Discord server. There's a specific section in there that's like to answer questions and doubts that maybe some newcomers have, or some people who might not remember how the game works, and they even help people who might need like help just clearing a level as well. So if you really need help, then head to Grand Chase Discord server. I think it's like a good way to also meet new people there and get a little closer to the community. And if by any chance you're like from Brazil and you don't want to go in there because you don't understand English, which is totally understandable, you can always go to XD2 Discord server as well, which is basically a Brazilian version of the official Discord server. You can answer questions there, you can meet new people, you can try to find a room in there. It's always very much welcoming, and the people in there are always pretty nice as well, at least from what I've seen every once in a while. I'll be sure to be leaving a link in the description for the 2 Discord servers. I am also in these 2 Discord servers, so if you like my own personal help, you're more than welcome to tag me in there. I'll try to answer as fast as I can. I usually take a little while. I've got a question from Miliguino II. That wasn't that bad actually. I was just blind. I don't have any friends, but I do have a 400k Veigas. Can I do Void? I mean, it depends on what floor you want to do Void. If you haven't seen my Veigas showcase, I was able to do, I'm pretty sure, floor 1 with him on my own. If you want to like just solo it and don't want to think about it too much, then yes, I think you can solo at least floor 1. If you're talking about floor 3, then no. Floor 3 requires like 700k at the very minimum. But I'm gonna be honest with you, just because you don't have friends that play Grand Chase with you, it doesn't mean you have to like play the level by yourself. Normally people want to play Void usually at the time when the day resets. Void Invasion, for example, people usually play on Sunday and Mondays. You're unfortunately gonna have to go to Asia 1 because not a lot of people that do Void are in South America 1. Because the people that are in South America 1 are either on Abyssal Path, Tower of Extinction, Another World levels, or doing the Awakening missions. If you want to really do Void, unfortunately you do need to switch to Asia, which really sucks to me specifically. Like, I don't like to go to Asia every once in a while just to play Void. Nothing against my fellow Asian players, I think you guys are awesome. It's just really the problem is with lag and delay. Like, playing on Asia servers is like at least a second of delay. 5 seconds if you really have like a bad connection. It's really difficult to find like Void levels in South America, and the ones that are usually in there are like closed private servers from guilds, which really sucks. Sometimes people go for 4F, but sometimes here and there you are able to see 2F or 3F even. So if you usually find the requirements, which sometimes people will try to do 3F with 40k or something like this, then you're more than welcome to join in. Just make sure to keep an eye on these levels because they do come up every once in a while. Next question is from Amane Joke 1881. Finally, a normal name that I can read in the first try. I've been meaning to ask. I don't know if this was answered before, and if it did, I would actually love to hear this explanation from you. But how do you actually farm for Archimedia cards? Do you only just buy those from the hero shop? I feel like I talked about this before, but it's always important to reinforce that. Yes, you can farm for Archimedia cards through the Gator's Archimedia chest. It is 12 coins, and that's kind of the only drawback to this, but there is actually a much better alternative way you can farm for Archimedia cards, and that is Land of Judgment. I don't remember how many points you need to go for it. I always tend to forget the points for Land of Judgment. It's funny because I do this like every week, but they do give you a Land of Judgment special card chest, and these chests can give you cards from Archimedia, Another World, and Harrier respectively. So not only are you able to get cards from Archimedia, but in here you're also able to get some of the best cards in the game as well, including Gaian, Guardian of Time, Henok, Serenatone. I think you can also get Astaroth and Chaotic Witch from Explosion of Konet, but I think their chance is like extremely low. I haven't been lucky yet to get that, but I'm pretty sure you can. I can actually just show it right here. I have 149 chests that I can open, so I'm just gonna open 49 here at first, and we'll see. There you go. So you can see here I got some Harrier cards. I got Dark Elven Scout, which is a card from Archimedia. Highlander Illusion, Command of the Dark Sword, which gives crit rate, and here we go for 100 cards, and a lot of rares. We did got Astaroth, which is also a good card. Harrier Cavalry General, this is a card actually I will take it, and a lot of other Archimedia cards in here. So yeah, as you can see right here, these cards usually do give a decent amount of Archimedia cards if you can farm for a lot of them. Now, if you want to get like 149 like I do, it does take a lot of job to it because you need to get like the top 3 best scores in Ladder Judgment, which for me it takes like about 2 hours, which is just insanity. But if you want to at least start a little slow, you can always go for, I think, 175,000 points. I think that's enough for you to get at least 2 chests. Remember, you can also get more Land of Judgment special card chests by using 2 shards to craft another card chest. So you can always get a lot of these. That's why I also got 149, because I was able to craft a lot of these shards into the chests. The other way you can get Archimedia cards is also through events, because they normally tend to give these every once in a while. You can also go for Abyssal Path, which does have a chance of giving you a random area chest. You can either get like Silverland, maybe Shania, but Archimedia I know is one of these chests you can drop with a low chance of it. Not recommended personally, but it is kind of a random one if you want to just get whatever cards. As well, I suppose, as Card Fusion, which is a little bit inconsistent way to getting Archimedia cards, because sometimes you can get like Vermesha cards as well, but if you're lucky, maybe you can get something from there as well, or better if you're even lucky. So yeah, this is also an alternative way to it, but I wouldn't really recommend this one because it is inconsistent. Alright, we're gonna make this the last question for the video, and it's gonna be from Andowira2333. They simply ask, if this could even be a question, new tier list after Awakening. Please. Alright, here we are with my tier list. Let me just go over here to Elysis, move her to SS, and boop. There you go, that's my tier list. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright, so all jokes aside, this is my tier list. Before people go in my throat for putting Rufus on S rank, this isn't a tier list dedicated to like who is the strongest character for, I don't know, endgame content or something like this. So I'm not taking like Void into consideration, I'm not taking Tower of Extinction into consideration, or Abyssal Path, which could even be considered endgame, probably. What I'm thinking here is sort of what I think is the more enjoyable character to play with, or I suppose the character I have the most fun playing with in the game, which is why I always joke about not liking Lass, because I don't know how to play with the character and I always think his gameplay is weird. But that isn't to say like Lass is bad by any means, because he's bad in my hands, but with somebody else he could be a great character. It's just a matter of, this is the character I don't like playing with, and this is a character I need to learn how to play with him more. It's also why Ronan is down here, because for those who don't know, my Ronan is at level 1, and I don't play with him too often, so it feels unfair for me to judge a character like this because I don't play with him too often. So if we're gonna talk about like a real tier list, I would definitely put him an S or even SS, because this character is just so good. When we get to like the tier list video, I'll definitely make sure to talk about which character I think is the best for like end game and stuff like this, and we'll make sure to make like a proper tier list explaining why I put this character here and there. For now, this is the tier list that I have, and overall I think I am very satisfied with this tier list. This is like the characters I have the most fun playing with in the game. Some will debate some are better than the other, but like, this is the point of a tier list. This is my list. Don't take it too personally. And on that note, I think I'll leave the video here. We did answer some pretty cool questions here and there. Some of them are pretty interesting, and some others were literally just a tier list in a nutshell, so I guess I'll take that. Like I always mentioned before, if you like these sort of videos and like to see more Grand Chase in the future, you're more than welcome to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we do Grand Chase content here on a weekly basis. Oh yeah, and I remember, we do have a goal in this channel to reach 1,000 subscribers before May 26th. So if you guys would like to help me, wait a second, I just looking at it, we are actually reached 1,000 subscribers. Bog. So yeah, it did take me a little while to talk about this, but to be fair, the videos that came after we reached 1,000 subscribers, I recorded them before even being at 1,000 subscribers. I feel like I was at like 995 or 998. That was like how close I was. And for the breakdown video, I couldn't really address it because I was such a different mind state that I completely even forgot to talk about it. I was just so focused on making that breakdown video that I just forgot to talk about it. So yeah, now I have a time to talk about it, and I just really don't know what to say, really. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting my channel. I know it's like nothing big, like if you compare it to some of the other guys. I mean, PewDiePie is at like 25 million, I believe, sure, and compared to my 1,000 subscribers is like so little, but like to me it's like a big thing, you know, like it's not every day that we can get to 1,000 subscribers, specifically somebody who's doing like Grand Chase content. Like, who the hell is doing Grand Chase content in 2025? Only Grand Chase players, obviously. So to be able to grow this channel to this point is awesome. And granted, some people are probably in here for the breakdowns of the updates, or some people are in here for the showcase, or some other videos that have a Grand Chase. Some people might even be subscribed to me because of the games that I make, which for those who don't know, I do make horror games, although that does depend if you consider EXE games horror, but I think they're of quality, at least for me. But the point really is, like, it doesn't matter the reason you're coming here, I really just need to thank everybody for just give me your support throughout this channel. It does mean a lot for us to get in here. And honestly, sometimes it really makes me wonder about the future of this channel. Granted, I will still make Grand Chase videos. I feel like this is something that is the main root of the channel, and I don't plan to stop it either. I do love playing Grand Chase whenever possible, but I'm not gonna lie that at one point Grand Chase is going to be a little draining. And that's not its fault. I mean, every game has this sort of problem. So maybe in the future we'll kind of go distance from Grand Chase, but just a little bit, you know, like maybe whenever something new happens or a new idea comes up, I will make a video about it. But right now, I really want to try something a little bit different. And I don't mean like right now, like the next video we're going to do something different. Maybe like after the showcase, after the tier list, and after another video that I want to do, maybe we'll try to play some other games as well that I really want to, like some horror games, which I really do enjoy playing these as well. Not really, I'm a fucking coward, but you know, I do want to play some games that really call my attention. And I also want to play other games to mastering retro achievements. In case you haven't seen it or know, I did make a video of me mastering the Tom and Jerry game from PlayStation 1, and that video was just so funny. I think it was one of the videos that I laughed the most because that game was just so funny to me. And that's the sort of stuff as well I want to do. I want to go back to the games that was also part of my childhood and see if these games still kind of hold up, right? Was these games as good as I remember, or was they were just, you know, trash? I suppose for the future you guys can expect something a little more different from me. Whether you guys enjoy it or not, or just watch it because of me and my commentary, you're more than welcome to follow up. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. You guys can just stick around with the Grand Chase videos. I would definitely just understand that as well. I hope you guys will be looking forward to these videos as well, because there's some really cool games here that I really want to play in the channel as well. So yeah, anyway, we'll leave the video here. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Stay awesome, stay safe, have a great farm section today. And remember, you can do anything as long as you put your mind and effort into it. Don't give up from your dreams. If I can get 1,000 subscribers, you can also do whatever you put your mind into it. I believe in you. It feels weird to end a video like this. I normally don't end videos in such a positive note like that. So, penis. There you go. That's one way to finish a video, I guess. Anyway, see you on the next time. Peace.